मां भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। आनंद कुल गोस्वामी की जय। नामाचार्य श्री रविदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्ति की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम सुंदर राधा कुंड की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। नववेद भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to Darshan. All glories to Darshan. All glories to Darshan. Thank you very much.
नित्य तृप्तो निराश्रयः नैव किंचित् करोति सा त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गम् नित्य तृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किंचित् करोति सा त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गम् नित्य तृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किंचित् करोति सा त्यक्त्वा having given up karma phalasangam attachment for fruits of results nitya always triptaha being satisfied nirashrayaha without any center karmani inactivity avipravrittaha being fully engaged api in spite of na does not eva certainly kimchit anything karoti do saha he. Translation: abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings.
तत्वा कर्मो फलासंग नित्य तृप्त निराश्रय कर्मणि अभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि न एव किंचित करोति सा. First of all, I shall translate this into Hindi, then I shall speak in English. तत्वा छोड़ करके कर्म फल, कर्म का जो फल होता है कि दुष्कर्म का फल खराब होता है और शुद्ध कर्म का फल अच्छा होता है, तो कोई नहीं चाहिए, अच्छा भी नहीं चाहिए, बुरा भी नहीं चाहिए. उसका नाम है कर्म फल असंग, छोड़ कर, उसके साथ कुछ हमारा मतलब नहीं है, अच्छा बुरा. तत्वा कर्म फलासंग नित्य तृप्त, तब भी वो खुशी है, फल तो उसको कुछ लेना नहीं है, तब भी वो खुशी है, नित्य तृप्त निराश्रय, और कोई चीज का जो कर्म करके हमको फल मिलेगा उससे आश्रय लेना, ये भी नहीं. कर्मणि अभिप्रवृत्तो भी इस प्रकार से जो कर्म में नियुक्त है कर्म भी अभिप्रवृत्त विशेष करके लगे हुए हैं, छोड़ना नहीं है, काम को छोड़ना नहीं है, बाकी ये सब गुण होना चाहिए। नित्य तृप्त निराश न एवं किंचित करते, उनको लिए जो कर्म हो रहा है वो कर्म नहीं कर रहे हैं। कर्म से हम लोग बद्ध हो जाते हैं, वो कर्म से बद्ध नहीं होते, ये इसका शब्दार्थ है। तो तप्ता कर्म फलासंग, दिस इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टास्क। Everyone is expecting some result for his personal benefit. How much I have gained by this business? That is our disease. Everyone. Idam adda maya labdham idam prapse punadhanam. All the people of the world, they are struggling hard for existence, simply calculating that this much I have achieved today and this much I will achieve tomorrow. In this way, my bank balance will be increased more and more. That is very much explained in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Asuri. Pravittincha nivittincha न विदु आसुरो जना, आसुर जना, just find the page 16 chapter. आसुर जना, आसुरिक जो है, आसुरिक का अर्थ होता है, I haven't come to English. Asurik means non-devotees, atheist, asurik. What is the phrase? What is the page number?
731.
So, in the 16th chapter, it has been explained that what is the difference between atheist and theist, or persons with God consciousness and persons without God consciousness. So it is said, दो भूतसर्गो लोके अस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवी विस्तरस प्रोक्त आसुरं पाठ में शृणु. Krishna is explaining that there are two classes of men, loke, in every place or every planet. Some planets are full of asuras, they are called asura loka. And another place it is said that who are the asuras and who are the devas. Vishnu bhakta bhavet deva asurastad viparjaya. Even there are many demigods. The demigods worship are also demons. Only Vishnu Bhakta Bhavet Deva. Vishnu Bhakta, those who are devotees of the Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pasyanti Suraya. This is Rig Ved mantra. Suraya and Asuraya. Those who are Suraya, Devas, demigods, they are simply worshipping Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Asuras Tad Viparjaya. And Asura means just opposite. Opposite number means those who are not interested in Vishnu worship. Nate vidu sartha gating hi Vishnu. they do not know that ultimate goal of life to approach Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of God. So, Asuras, they are engaged for fruitive result. They are working, but they are expecting that I shall enjoy the result. So that freedom is given to everyone, that you can work at your responsibility and enjoy or suffer. Just like state has given everyone individuality, everyone freedom, you act as you like. But if you act criminally, then you will be punished. That you cannot avoid. You have been given freedom, you act whatever you like. But if you violate the laws of the state, then you are to be punished, criminal. Similarly, the same thing is there in God's kingdom, that we have been given freedom. We have got little freedom because we are part and parcel of God. Mami Mangsa Jiva Bhuta. So Krishna says all these living entities, they are my minute particles, minute part of my body. Just like father is the part of the body, son is the part of the body of father. Similarly, we are also part and parcel of the transcendental body of Krishna. That is our real identity, spiritual identity. So therefore, Krishna has got freedom, full freedom. So we have got also freedom in minute quantity. That is our position. That freedom, if we use properly, then we are happy. And if we misuse improperly, then we are unhappy. But freedom is there. Krishna says that Sarvadharman parittajya mamekang saranang braja. He is requesting Arjuna that he just surrender unto me. He is all powerful. He can force anyone and everyone to be surrendered to him. But that has no do. That is not Krishna's business. He gives freedom because Krishna has given you little freedom. So he does not want to interfere with your freedom. Then what is the meaning of giving freedom? That is Krishna's business. Jatechasi tatha kuru. Krishna says, Arjuna, now I have explained to you the whole Bhagavad Gita. Now, what is your decision? You can do whatever you like. Because Krishna, Arjuna's decision was that I shall not fight. I am not going to kill my brothers and nephews and teachers and grandfathers. Krishna, excuse me, I will not fight. So, therefore, Krishna instructed him the whole Bhagavad Gita, science. Now, after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he asked, because he has got the freedom, now what is your decision? Jatechasi tatha kuru. Whatever you like, you can do. You can reject my proposal or you can accept. This is freedom. Then Krishna, Arjuna said, yes, Krishna says, Vachanang tavo, I shall accept your proposal. This is Krishna consciousness. Krishna is giving instruction to everyone. This is the way of life, to come gradually to Krishna consciousness. All these things are being explained by Krishna. How to work, how to gradually come to Krishna consciousness, because Krishna consciousness is the original consciousness. Now it is polluted. Just like originally when the rain falls, it is pure distilled water. And as soon as it touches the ground, it becomes polluted. Immediately dirty. Similarly, as spirit soul, we are pure. As Krishna is pure, Krishna is explained in the 10th chapter. Parabrahma parangadhama pavitram paramam bhavam purusam shasatam nityam. So, pavitram paramam bhavam. Krishna is param pavitra, complete pure. And we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are also pure. That is our real identity. We are pure. But we have been contaminated by the touch of this material world. The same example, the rain falls, it is pure distilled water. But when it touches the surface of the earth, it becomes dirty. Therefore we see the rivers full of dirty water. That is not the water is dirty, but because it is mixed up with the dirty dots of the surface of the globe, so we fall down. When we deny to accept Krishna as the Supreme, or we try to imitate Krishna, why Krishna shall be enjoyed? We shall also enjoy. Why Krishna shall have ras dance? We shall also ras dance. Why Krishna will marry 16,000 wives? We shall marry at least 16 wives. When this competitive spirit comes, then we fall down. Fall down means Krishna gives the chance. All right, you also go. You also dance in the hotel, ball dance, and be complicated. Because he does not know what is ras dance, he imitates ball dance. So, everything what is going on in this material world, it is imitation of Krishna's activities. Janmadasya jata, the Vedanta Sutra says. Everything that is going on, it is simply generated from that original. So, but it is contaminated because in touch with the material, three qualities. Some of them are goodness, some of them are passion, and some of them are ignorance. The example is given just like fire, big fire, and the sparks are coming out from the fire, that is natural. Similarly, the big fire is Krishna, and we are small sparks. So, the sparks sometimes fall down from the original fire. Falls down. So, falls down, when the fire spark falls down on the dry grass, it creates fire. And if it is fallen down on the land, it keeps the fiery element for some time. But if it falls down on the water, immediately it is extinguished. Similarly, when we fall down from Krishna's association, the fire, big fire and the spark, if we be in touch with the modes of goodness, then we keep some Krishna consciousness. Just like the Brahmanas, the quality of Sattva Sama Dhamma Titi. And if we fall down on the ground, then we keep sometimes the fiery quality. That is passion. Three qualities, goodness and passion. And if we fall down in the ignorance, just like the spark falls down on the water, then it is extinguished. No Krishna consciousness. Finish. But it can be revived. That is explained in the Prem Vivarta. Krishna bhuliya jeev bhoga vancha kare, Pasate mayatare japotiya dhore. As soon as we want to imitate, even in the material world, those who are trying to go up again, back to home, back to Godhead, there are different processes. Karma, Jnana, Yoga. Krishna is explaining the karma. How to go back again to the original consciousness that is being described. Karma. How to work. So, even those who are trying for that, because that original disease is there, therefore, even one who has advanced spiritually, he also says, I am God. I am God. The same spirit to make competition with Krishna. The Maya is there. Why you are going to worship Krishna? You are God. Oh yes, I am God. This is the last layer of Maya. Therefore they are Mayavadis. Nobody can become Krishna. Krishna says, Matta parataram nanyat kinchijasti dhananjaya. Nobody can be equal to Krishna. Nobody can be greater than Krishna. Then what is the meaning of God? If there are so many rascal gods, then what is the specific personality of God? So this is the last layer of Maya. If one is trying to become God, that is not possible. That is Asuri. Asuri bhavamasita. Never will Krishna's desire is that you surrender. Sarvadharman, you have manufactured so many things within this material world to become happy. This is all foolishness. You will never be happy. Therefore Krishna says, because Krishna loves, Sarvadharman parittajamamekam sarvam. But Maya says, no. Why? You become Krishna. You become God. This is going on. This is Asuri. Asuri bhav. So it is very difficult to give up the Asuri bhav. Namanga duskitanam mudha prapadante naradhama. Maya paritajnana Asuri bhavamasya. On the basis of Asuri bhav, one is always constantly engaged in duskriti, sinful activities, and mudha, falsely thinking that he is God. Therefore he is a mudha. That is the sign. Big mudha. Small mudhas, they are working hard only to become happy, and the big mudha, he wants to become God. The small mudha wants to become a minister or a president, and the big mudha wants to become God. The disease is the same. I shall become the most powerful. But that is not possible. Therefore, these big mudhas who simply falsely thinking that I have become now liberated by meditation or by some jugglery of powers. So they have been described in the Bhagavad as vimukta manino. They are falsely thinking that they have become liberated. They have become Narayan. How you can become Narayan? The Shastra says, Jastu Narayanam Devam Brahmarudradi Daivatavi Samattena Vikheta Sapashandi Bhavedruvam. Narayana Devam. Even Sankaracharya, he says, Narayana Bhaktyat Para. Narayana is transcendental. He has nothing to do with this material. Though Vaishnavas also say, Jastu Narayanam Devam Brahmarudradi Daivatavi. Brahma, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are demigods of this material world. So, if one puts Narayana even with the level of Brahma and Rudra. Lord Shiva and Lord, they are the very exalted, big demigods. Lord Shiva is almost like Narayan. Narayan is 95% complete God and Lord Shiva is 85%. And Krishna is 10%. There is analysis. So, just Narayanam Devang Brahmarudradi Daivatai Samattena Bhikkheta, Samattena equal. Well, whatever is Narayan, that is also Lord Shiva, that is also Lord Brahma, that is also Goddess Kali. This is Mayavad. Because the Mayavad philosophy is that the absolute truth is impersonal. That is the final understanding. So, because we cannot think of impersonal, meditate upon that, let us imagine some form. Sadhakanang hitarthaya brahmana rupa kalpana. The Mayavadi philosophers, they say that kalpana, you just imagine any form. Therefore, they especially recommend the 5 forms. The 5 forms, the Surya, Sun God, Ganesh, and Durga, Vishnu and Lord Shiva. There is also Vishnu. But this Vishnu and the Vaishnava conception of Vishnu is different. This Vishnu is imagination and Vaishnava conception of Vishnu is reality. Krishna is reality. Apajananti maga mudha manusam tanuasa. Those are mudha, the same mudha. Because he has come in the form of a human being. They say this is Maya. This Krishna has come. The impersonal Brahma has assumed a body, accepting this body given by Maya. This is the Mayavad philosophy. But actually, Krishna does not come because Krishna says, the Ividhesha gunami mama Maya. Maya is controlled by him. How he can accept subordinance of Maya? No. So Vaishnava philosophy is very perfect philosophy according to the Shastra and Vedas. All the acharyas conform. So we have to follow this. Then our life will be successful. So Krishna is teaching how to work. How to work. Now here he says that taktya karma phala. Now who will be ready to work? Suppose you are doing some business and there is expectation of profit, 1 lakh of rupees. Now profit comes. Then if I say now, here is in Bhagavad Gita, it is a takta karma phalam. You give it up. Are you ready? No, I have hard, with so much hard labor I have earned, why shall I give it up? But here it is said, takta karma phala. Then immediately his impetus to work will be finished. That this ordinary person, those who are enkurmis, if I say that yes, you earn lakhs of rupees, but you will not be allowed to take it. Just like the communist country. The communist country, they are engaging people to work. But you cannot take the result. The government will take. Therefore, they are not very enthusiastic. I have been in the communist country. They are not very enthusiastic. That is, unless one can enjoy personally, is not interested in any business. Why shall I work so hard? This is nature. But here it is said, tatta karma phala. What is the difference between the communist philosophy and Vaishnava philosophy? The communists also say that everyone should work without expecting the result. The result will go to the government. But similarly, where the result will go, it is communist proposal. No. That will be explained later on. Krishna, is it meaning that karma, tattya karma phalam? No. Tattya karma phalam means that you should give it to Krishna. That is tattya karma. So those who are devotees, although tattya karma phalam, they are not touching the fruit, still they are nitya tripta, very satisfied. The karmis are dissatisfied. So I have worked so hard, now I have to give up whatever I have earned. He becomes very, very sorry. But who becomes nitya tripta, working like this, without taking the result, is still nitya tripta, very satisfied. That is devotee. That is devotee. You see, these boys, these American, European boys, also some of them are Indian, they are working day and night. They are getting money also, they are making life members, they are selling some books. There is no scarcity of money, but they do not touch even single pie. It is for Krishna, and still they are happy. This is tattya karma phalam. Asanga. Asanga means no attachment. They are bringing money and giving to me. I spend it like anything. So this is tattya karma phalam. Asanga, nitya tripta, very much satisfied. I have been able to collect so much and give it to Krishna. This is their satisfaction. Tattya karma phalam, asanga, nitya nirasaya. Don't expect any profit. No dividend. As soon as there is dividend, immediately it is material. Immediately complicated. And so long there is no expectation of dividend, then it is pure devotee. This is the difference. Anna vilasita sunnam jnana karma dhanavritam. Jnana karma navritam. This karma fall. A devotee doesn't want karma fall. Therefore he is not implicated. He doesn't want. Therefore it is said, karmani abhipravittopi. Although he is engaged in karma, because superficially it looks like karma. Karma and bhakti looks the same thing. But the difference is that the result is for Krishna and the karmi's result is for me, myself. That is the difference. That is the difference. Karmani abhipravittopi naiva kinchit karoti sa. This is the... although he is doing day and night, but he is still doing nothing. Doing nothing one is doing, but he is not becoming entangled with the results. That is because karma and karma fall. One has to accept the karma fall. But this man who is doing everything for Krishna, he is not becoming entangled. That is explained in the second chapter also. Jagyate karma, annatra karma bandhana. If you don't act for Krishna, then you will be entangled by the resultant action. But if you do it for Krishna, then you will not be entangled. Your everything will be taken as devotion. Everything Everything will be taken on account of devotion. And devotion means you are making progress. Manchabhya vicharini bhakti yogi na ja sevate sagunan samutitainan brahma bhuyaya kalpati. So activities on the platform of devotion and service without expecting any result for his personal satisfaction means on the platform of liberation. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. What is the meaning of the verse under discussion?
Hare Krishna. So, Tyaktva Karma Phala Sangam means giving up the attachment to the fruits of the activities, but still Nitya Tripta, he always remains satisfied. And Karmano Abhipravrittopi, even though he is performing karma, but still he is not entangled by the karma because he is not attached to the fruits of that.
Haribol. How did Prabhupada explain Tyaktva Karma Phala Sangam? He began the lecture in practical life. What happens? No one? Okay, Abhijit. Okay, here go.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The karma, whatever efforts he do, and the result he is not taking and giving it to Krishna. And that is, and he is not attached to that any efforts done by him.
Okay, I will ask in a different way. How would a karmi take up this phrase, Tyaktva Karma Phala Sangam?
Karmi does all the efforts for himself, for his own sense gratification. Whereas the asanga, the bhakta, will not take any efforts of any credit of it and give it to Krishna.
Okay, Haribol. Prabhupada said, this is very difficult task. Everyone is expecting some result for his personal benefit. How much I have gained by this business? That is our disease. Idam adya maya labdham, imam prapse manoratham. That how much I have this much money, I will struggle hard and I will get more. And this much is there today and tomorrow I will achieve more. In this way, my bank balance will be increased more and more. That is very much explained in the 16th chapter. So for a karmi, this is difficult. What is explained in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Yes, Uma Shankar.
16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita talks about the different qualities of Deva and Asura. Who are Devas and who are Asuras.
What is the English term? English terms for this?
Divine and demoniac. Theist and atheist.
Atheist and theist, those who are God conscious and those who are without God consciousness. Haribol. So who are Devas and who are Asuras? Again, little more from scripture. Prabhupada quoted one phrase also, one shloka also. No? Okay, explain the meaning.
Asuras, those who don't follow Lord, and Devas, those who follow. Asuras, those who follow, those who worship, those who are devotees. Those who are non-devotees. Asuras, those who are atheists.
Okay, give Prabhu.
Asura means those who worship Vishnu. Asura, those do not worship Vishnu, they worship Devas.
So the many demigod worshippers are demons only. So devotee means he has to be worshipping Vishnu. Haribol. Prabhupada said, Prabhupada quoted Vishnu Bhakta Smrata Deva Asuryas Tad Viparyeha and Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayah. So Asura also means the opposite, in a sense, Nate Vidu Swadagathimi Vishnu. They do not know the ultimate goal of life is to approach Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they are engaged in fruitive activities. They want to enjoy the results of their activities. Prabhupada explained something about freedom and gave example also. In one sense, two types of freedom. Yes, Prahlad Pranbru. Two types means two examples he gave.
Everybody has freedom, whatever they wish to choose, they choose. So Prabhupada gives the example of somebody chooses to offer to Krishna, and somebody may not choose to offer to Krishna. And
day-to-day life, means practical life, what example he gave? State. Okay, Sudhamanath.
Prabhupada said that every citizen has got full freedom whether to act lawfully or unlawfully. Same with the jiva also has got freedom.
So if they act unlawfully or criminally, then
Will be punished, and if we act lawfully, then we will be awarded.
So similarly in the God's kingdom also, if we follow God's laws, then we are benefited. Otherwise we have to suffer also. Hari Bol. When do we become happy and when do we become unhappy? Okay, you are the happy one. Ashok Prabhu is also happy. No Ashok, give him.
When we follows the laws of the God, then we become happy. Otherwise, when we doesn't follow the laws of the God, then we are unhappy.
Haribo. Prabhupada explained this freedom given in Bhagavad Gita. What did he explain? Yes, Tribhuvan Gopal.
Krishna says, Karisye Vachanam, sorry, Yata Ichchasi Tata Kuru. He gives freedom to Arjuna, because Arjuna, in the beginning he said that I don't want to fight, I don't want to kill my nephews, brothers, fathers and my teachers. But at the end, after explaining the entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna again gives freedom to him that do whatever you want. Yatha Ichchasi Tata. Then Arjuna replies by saying that Karisya Vachanam Tava.
I will follow your proposal. Haribo. Which is the original consciousness and how did Prabhupada explain with example? Okay, Uma Shankar.
Prabhupada told specifically told the example that original consciousness is Krishna consciousness, that is pure, and Prabhupada gave the example of the rain. When it falls, then it touches with the mud and then becomes dirty. Originally the rain is pure, the water is pure. It becomes dirty when it touches mud in the material. It comes.
Similarly, as spirit soul we are pure, but we get contaminated. Haribo. So Prabhupada also said, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Krishna is completely pure and we are his part and parcel, so we are also pure. But because of coming to this material world, we are contaminated. So when we fall down, how do we think? He said 3 ways. And Jiva falls, yes, Prahlad Pran.
like the goodness, passion and ignorance?
Not that. That comes little later. A Jiva who is fallen in the material world, how does he think? Or when he is falling, kind of. When he is in the spiritual, okay, Tribhanga.
He feels that why Krishna should enjoy, I should enjoy. And he wants to imitate Krishna and he wants to compete with Krishna.
Why should Krishna have rasa dance? I also will have rasa dance. Why should Krishna marry 16,000 wives? I will marry at least 16 wives. And when he gets into that competitive spirit, then what happens?
He does ball dance.
Ball dance he does, hotel, all that he does, and then it becomes very complicated. Haribo. So the origin of everything is Krishna. Janmadhyasya yataha. Then Prahlad Pranpro can explain how we get contaminated when the jiva falls off. With the example, what all things are possible? Yes.
as a goodness, passion, ignorance, as the rainwater falls. So if somebody is in, if he falls into goodness, then he has a chance that he will continue to remember Krishna. If he falls into passion and ignorance, then it is like he forgets completely. Passion is where it becomes very difficult for him to practice and to remember Krishna.
This explanation is proper, but what is the example with which Prabhupada explained this? Rainwater is over now.
Spark falling.
That you can explain. What happens? You can explain that. What happens? Who would like to explain? Yes, Abhijit Prabhu. Abhishek.
If sparks falls on dry grass, then it can illuminate dry grass also. But if sparks falls on water, then that spark gets off on itself.
Two things are over. Is there any third possibility?
Yeah, land also is there.
Huh?
Land.
Then what happens? Something happens or no?
Yeah, it will remain for some time, then it will go.
So when it comes, so original fire is Krishna, and we are sparks of that fire. We are part and parcel. So when we come out of Krishna, come out of the spiritual world, then three possibilities are there. When we fall on the grass, then the dry grass, then it will grow. That is goodness and like Brahman. So he will cultivate spiritual qualities. When we fall on land, then it will remain for some time and go off. And when it is falling on the water, it gets completely extinguished. That is an ignorance. Hari Bol. Then Prabhupada quoted one verse from Prema Vivarta, which is what is the verse and what is the meaning? Yes.
कृष्ण बहिर्मुख जीव भोगवांचा करे निकटस्थ मायाधारे झोपटिया धरे.
ठीक है. Meaning? Meaning?
When we turn our face away from Krishna, then Maya immediately catches us.
And how do we turn our face away from Krishna? What do we do?
We want to imitate Krishna.
We want to bhogavancha kare. He wants to enjoy all the things and he gets into enjoyment. Hari Bol. So there are ways to elevate ourselves through karma, jnana and yoga. So what is one danger Prabhupada said there? One danger Prabhupada explained. Yes, Abhishek.
Prabhupada is saying that even while elevating, like when spiritually also, there is one point where he's thinking, I am equal to God, I am God. That's the last snare of Maya, Prabhupada is saying.
Rivo. So they are Mayavadis. Nobody can become Krishna. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. But they think that is last snare of Maya. They have become God. What is Krishna's desire and what does Maya say? Or what is Maya's desire in one sense? Tribhangopal.
Krishna's desire is sarvadharman parityajya mamekam. So if you surrender to me, you will become happy. If you enjoy anything away from me, that is foolishness. Prabhupada says in this country. Away from then you will, if you don't surrender to me, then it is foolishness and you will not be happy if you try. And Maya says that no, you are only God, you can enjoy.
Haribo. How many types of mudas did Prabhupada explain? Who are they and how did he explain? Yes, mudas. Sham Jagannath.
Two kinds of mudas, small mudas and big mudas. So the small mudas are they want to become the ministers, they want to control and the big mudas they want
not
to
only
become
minister, minister, president.
Yeah.
And something bigger in material life.
Yes. And the big mudas they want to become God only.
Rivo. What is there a difference between their disease and what is it? Kadam Kanam bro.
same disease only. They want to compete with God.
I shall become the most powerful. Haribo. What is the term used in Srimad Bhagavatam for these big mudas? And explain it also. Okay, you want to explain?
Mayavadis.
No.
Vimuktamanina.
Meaning?
Meaning they think that they are liberated, but actually they are not.
Haribo. So how can one become Narayan? In a sense, it is not possible. Which is the verse Prabhupada quoted? And explain it also. Okay, ठीक है. Translation. Okay, you want to tell verse? We should quote this verse. We should memorize this verse. Very important in India especially, because so many demigods are compared with Vishnu only. So this verse very Prabhupada often quotes and refutes demigod worship equal to Vishnu worship.
He says, Yastu Narayana Devat Brahmarudradi Devatah Samatvena na Vikcheta Sapasandi Bhavedruva.
Meaning?
Means if somebody compares Lord Vishnu and Narayana as equal level,
Lord Vishnu Narayana,
or Narayana in the equal platform with Brahma or Shiva or other demigods, then he is called as Pasandi.
It's a determined thief. Harivo. Even Sripad Shankaracharya, who in one sense was propagating Mayavad, what did he say in context of this? Okay.
Narayana para avyaktat. Narayana is not of this world. Nobody can be equal to Narayana.
He is transcendental. Haribo. He gave some calculation in percentage. What is that? This Prabhu.
Narayana is 95%.
What is 95%?
95% similar qualities of the Supreme Lord, and Shiva 85%. Lord Shiva.
And
Krishna is the sent person, like fully.
He is sent person God. Narayana is 95% God, complete God, and Shiva is 85%. Haribo. Samatvaneva viksheta. So samatvaina. Samatvanaiva. Samatva. How did Prabhupada explain that samatva? Small explanation only, not big. But that's what in India they do. That verse he explained, no? Based on that only, Prabhupada just gives little explanation.
Samatva, Prabhupada said nobody can be equal to Krishna, equal to or greater than Krishna. Krishna is the greatest.
Samatva, equal. So what did Prabhupada say? Yes.
Prabhupada was saying that they do Panchopasana. So Vishnu and Lord Ganesh and Shiva, they consider the Durgas also, and they consider them on the same level, but their Vishnu is imaginary, and our Vishnu is reality. Krishna is reality.
Samatvena is equal. Well, whatever is Narayan, that is also Lord Shiva, that is also Lord Brahma, that is also Goddess Kali. This is Mayavad. Harivo. So Prabhupada explained further. I don't know whether you will be able to quote that verse. First time maybe we heard it. Sadhakanam hitva arthaya brahmano rupa kalpanaha. That they imagine. The Mayavadi philosophers think that Vaishnavas are imagining. You just imagine any form. Therefore they especially recommend these 5 forms. What he said: Surya, Ganesh, Durga, Vishnu and Shiva. Panchopasana. So their Vishnu is imagination. Our Vishnu conception is, our Vaishnava conception is Vishnu is reality. How did Prabhupada explain Mayavadi's conception, their philosophy, as far as Avajananti Mam Muda is verse is concerned? Yes, Abhishek.
They consider that impersonal Brahman has taken a form as Krishna.
accepting the body which is given by
Maya.
Maya. That is Mayavad philosophy. Hari Bol. So how did Prabhupada refute this? Some little part of the verse he quoted from Bhagavad Gita and refuted it. Yes.
Prabhupada says that Krishna says in Gita that Mam Maya, so it's my Maya. So Maya cannot give me a form. It's under my control.
Maya is under his control. Hari Bol. So then he gave 2 examples for Tyaktva Karma Phala. Which are the 2 examples Prabhupada gave? Yes, Kadam Kanam bro.
About this fund collect life member. Life member, they are bringing this much money.
That comes little later, before. One is in general, daily life, and other is like I don't know how to. If I give hint, answer only may come out.
Prabhupada is telling that this communist country, they tell the people to work and the result will be given to the government. So there is no enthusiasm in them to work for them because the result is not going to be there. And another example that somebody is working hard day and night and is told that the result will not be there with you, then he won't be very enthusiastic to work for it.
If he gets if his expectation of profit 1 lakh rupees,
if he's having
profit comes and then he's told
to that profit you won't be having with you, you have to give it up. So he won't be enthusiastic to work for that.
Yes, immediately his impetus to work will be finished. Hari Bol. So he gave a practical example how Tyaktva Karma Phala Sangam is very difficult for anyone, even including communists, etc. So what is the difference between communist philosophy and Vaishnava philosophy? Yes, Uma Shankar.
Communists, they are also saying that to give up the result of work, and Vaishnavas are also saying the difference is they are giving it to the government, we are giving it to Krishna, and in that way devotees derive satisfaction, but they are dissatisfied.
Haribo. So devotees are satisfied. The word is Nitya Trupta. They are giving a karma phal. They are not touching the fruit, but still they are very satisfied. The karmis are dissatisfied. Yes, okay, he told. So he gave example, practical life example. Yes, Tribun.
The devotees in Krishna consciousness movement, Americans and Indians also, he said that they all sell books and get lot of money and make life members, etc. And they don't touch even a single penny. They give everything to me and I spend like anything for Krishna. So in that way they are Nitya Trupta, he said.
Then what happens to them? They give it to Prabhupada or they give it to Krishna?
They become very satisfied. Nitya Trupta. Nitya Trupta.
Yes. Haribo. They are very much satisfied. I have been able to collect so much and give it to Krishna. This is their satisfaction. What did Prabhupada say about dividend? Yes. Antadipro.
Someone, and they don't take any dividend. If someone takes dividend, immediately it becomes material. So anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma.
And when there is no, as long as there is no expectation of dividend, then he is a pure devotee.
Pure devotee.
Haribo. The devotee doesn't want karma phal, therefore he is not implicated. What is the difference between karma and bhakti, or karmi and bhakti yogi? Yes, Sudhamana.
Karma is performed for one's own sense gratification, selfishness, and bhakti is the same activities are performed for Krishna's pleasure.
Haribo. karma and bhakti looks the same thing, but the difference is that the result is for Krishna and the karmi's result is for myself. Doing nothing means doing, but he is not becoming entangled with the results. So one is not entangled, one doesn't become entangled. How is this explained in Srimad Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter? What is the part of that verse?
Yagyartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. So one who does it for Krishna, he will not be entangled. That becomes devotional service. And other sloka also. So
that is the conclusion we will ask. Haribo!
Brahma bhuyaya kalpa.
So what was the conclusion of this chapter, of this lecture? Yes, Antadi Prabhu.
One should act completely on the devotional platform without expecting any results for oneself. Then that is Krishna consciousness. Then one becomes perfected.
Then he will be liberated. Mam chayo abhyavicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatittetyan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Haribo! Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।